the middle part. This does not make any sense, but okay. Apparently there's step 1 over here and then step 1 over here with a continuation. So, choosing a location for your habitat. Your small pet habitat should be placed somewhere cool and low humidity and out of direct sunlight. It is good that they're actually providing that, because that's what should be provided. Like, don't put your pet near a window and then have the window shield things up. I don't know what it's called, but I like how they're like telling us. Now, keeping it in a cool area is kind of depending. If it's like very hot, then please put it down or below the area to where it's nice and cool enough. But if it's too cold where you live and you notice that the area of like your pet's cage is getting way too cold, putting it into like a higher area to let it at least gain some heat is the best area, because that also depends on the type of climate that you're in and or the time of year. Choosing a safe place without reach of other pets and away from electrical cords. So it is good that they're saying that, to not put other pets near your new pet's cage. But the electrical cords shouldn't be around your hamster's cage, so I don't know what got them to think that. I'm pretty sure it's common sense that you shouldn't be leaving cords. I don't even know how did they got cords into a cage? I am so confused. Keeping it away from areas of food preservation, hallways, dens, and living rooms are good choices. Wait, what? Keep it away from areas of food production? Precipitation? Hallways, dens, and living areas and living rooms are good choices. Okay. Now time for the exercise and choose. Okay. Place toys and treats in the habitat to keep your small pet entertained and healthy. Hide houses provide a refuge for small pets. Many are edible, along with chew toys help trim your pet's teeth, which never stop growing. Other treats that help control the length of your pet's teeth include wood or sisal. Okay. It is good that they're adding that, like, hey, the weird thing is that they don't tell you what type of wood. And most animals could chew on sisal, but they also forgot to go ahead and add that they could also chew on seagrass material and everything like that. And wood chews. Yes, they could chew on wood chews, but you have to also specify what type of wood, because it could be that a person will be like, oh, there's this wooden toy that's made for kids. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy that because it's cheaper and give it to my hamster. And you don't even know if that is even toxic. You don't know if the paint is toxic. You don't even know what type of wood it is. You don't know if the wood is toxic. It could be that I'm just delving onto this too deeply, but I'm just saying what it says over here. So, depending on the species, there are a variety of toys available. For the health and safety of your pet, please consult your small pet specific care guide to find out what toys are appropriate for your small pet. Okay. Bedding. Paper, crackles, graduals, aspen, and pine. No pine. Pine is bad. Adding bedding is a necessary for burrowing pets, but it's also your choice to add your own personal flair. Bedding is available in different colors, textures, and materials. Cedar shavings are not recommended for small pets because they can contain oils that can cause respiratory problems. They were right about cedar, but they forgot to go ahead and add pine, because pine also has oil chemicals built into it, and if it is not, it's just suggested not to be used. And even if it's kiln drying, I still do not trust it. I don't trust anything that's, if it's pine, and even if it's kiln drying, I don't see how it's safe or not. Now, I know that there are some toys that are made out of pine, and like sages that are made out of pine, but that's on the UK or on the other side of the world, where the glues that they use, or like the pine that they use, is safe for small animals, but not pine or cedar shavings. Pine and cedar shavings are not safe to any animal at all, and is not recommended. So, litter: pellets, granules, and corn cob. Add litter as the first layer in the habitat. This serves as the foundation for bedding and nesting material. A litter pan can be placed in a corner of the habitat away from food, water. Use a different type of bedding or litter in the litter pan to help your small pet differentiate from the rest of the habitat. I don't think hamsters would know what is or what isn't where they're supposed to be going to the bathroom. I think they'll just go to the bathroom wherever they feel is comfortable for them. So, habitat maintenance. Keep your small pet's habitat clean is essential for both his health. What if my small pet is not a guy? What if it is a female? Does it not count? I think that they should put there for both their health and happiness. When cleaning out the habitat, use a cleaning solution especially formulated for small pet habitats. Or you could just go ahead and use 1 cup of water and 1 cup of white vinegar. And then there you go. Mix it up and there you go. You have a pet solution that's safe for your pet. Safe for your cage to go ahead and use to let it dry, and then you can go ahead and use it to go and clean up the cage. So you can also use wipes to clean and just sterilize your small pet's habitat. Okay, which helps keep it odor-free. Daily, place pellet food in a bowl so your small pet avoids ingesting any of his bedding, removing any uneaten food. What do they mean that hamsters or small pets don't typically eat their bedding? They know that it is their bedding. And feeding your pet just pelleted food is like someone feeding a human cereal that says like human food, feed for the rest of their life. And of course you're gonna get bored, and most of the things that are inside pelleted food are not completely balanced, or they're not supposed, it has most of the things that they're not supposed to be eating, because some of them either have more fiber and less protein or things like in that matter, and it just gets very boring. And feeding it in a bowl, there's nothing wrong with feeding your pet's food inside a bowl, but it is always suggested to feed it to them, like just sprinkle it around their cage, they'll search for it. They will not eat their bedding. The only reason why they would put their bedding inside their mouth or to go ahead and put into their like cheek pouches is just so that they could go ahead and make a much more comfortable place for themselves. Clean out the water bottle and replace with fresh water. Okay, that's common sense. Clean out litter pan. You don't need a litter pan unless that you're having a guinea pig or a rabbit, and that's a completely different story. But for hamsters, they don't need a litter pan. Spot cleaning the bedding. The good thing is that they're saying to go ahead and spot clean the bedding. Commonly change the bedding out weekly. No. So, what I would highly suggest is spot clean weekly and then deep clean monthly, or whenever you see that like the cage needs a bit of cleaning. But for the most part, still incorrect information. Additional tools such as brush made from specifically for cleaning small pet habitats, as well as scrubbers for cleaning bottles, can help maintain your pet's habitat easy. I do clean out the water bottles that I give to my hamster. However, the brushes that they provide don't fit with the water bottle at all. I try using it and it wouldn't even fit. So yeah, no, they have to fix with that problem. Plus, there's much more easier ways to go ahead and clean out the bottle. As long as you clean out the water bottle at least 2 or 3 times a week, or at least once a week, it should be okay. And or clean it with like, you could clean up like the little nozzle with like Q-tips. You could also clean it with that. You could also use other stuff to go and clean it. You could even use hot water. Hot water will also clean out, it will also kill out bacteria. So there's a lot more easier ways, but you could also use a brush. Habitat essentials. Water needs to be available for your pet at all times. Make sure that you use a water bottle made specifically for small pets. You don't need to use a water bottle. You could choose to use a water bottle or not, but you could also use a bowl. So it's just either or. Water bowls should not be used as they can be a safety hazard for your pet. Unless your water bowl is big and very deep, then yes, that would cause a hazard. However, if you put a rock or multiple smaller rocks into the water bottle, or not into the water bottle, the water bowl, they are less likely to fall into the water bottle. Plus, there are some companies such as Night Angel that does make bowls to where it will prevent your hamster from trying to dive itself into water. Small pets need substrate areas in their habitat to sleep, play, and eat. First, they were complaining about like how you should go and put the food into a bowl to make sure that your small pet does not eat their substrate. But now they're saying that they need to go ahead and add substrate for your animal to eat. Okay, well that does not make any sense. Hay managers keep hay out of bedding. Okay. Veggie bowls, baskets can hold veggies, treats, and other boxed foods. Encourage foraging by hiding treats and food in your pet's habitat. First, they were telling me to go ahead and put the food into the bowl, and now they're telling me to go ahead and put the food into my pet's habitat. Make a choice! Anyway, mineral wheels should be provided in the habitat. No. Animals do not need mineral wheels or mineral chews or whatever else they're called. No, most animals don't need mineral chews or wheels or whatever else. They do not need that. Their food should be providing the amount that they need. Unless their food is not providing it, then get a food that does provide that, or try to provide that yourself if you calculate things correctly for your pets. Food. Anything else inside the back? I've already read this. Okay. So, they literally have a checklist right here. That's the end of this one. Let's go with this one now. So, well, I do not like this. I do not like what I'm seeing right now. Experience level, beginner. There's no such thing as an animal that is a beginner level. Dwarf hamsters grow up to 3 to 4. I guess they're trying to write inches, but it just says 3 to 4. And then 8 to 10 centimeters, and then Syrians grow to 5 to 7 inches. I believe that's what they're trying to say. And then 13 to 18 centimeters. On average, they live for 2 years. Yes, I could agree with that. Hamsters are nocturnal and love running on their hamster wheels at night. Hamsters do like running on their wheels. However, they don't just need to run on their wheels, they also need to run around their habitat. So that's why providing a bigger habitat is good for them for that type of reason, so they have more space to run and hide and burrow and just enjoy their life. While Syrian hamsters are suitable with humans, they are solitary animals and should live alone. Most dwarf hamsters, however, are social animals. They are, but they also don't need to be housed together and can be housed with another of their same sex. Okay, hamster habitat. No. Just no, nothing like this. This is just a jail cell for your animal. You're just providing a jail cell to your animal. How to set up a hamster's cage. Place the habitat in a low humidity area. That cools temperature should be between 65 to 75 Fahrenheit, 18 to 24 Celsius, and out of direct sunlight. Now, I full on agree with that. At least they're providing good information for the temperature of the hamster's cage. So, line the habitat with a appropriate amount of clean bedding. How much though? How much should I be providing? How much should I add? How many should I put? What if that I think that like the appropriate amount is just 1 inch? 1 inch of bedding for my hamster. Thank you. You have to put a amount, which is always recommended. 3 to 4 inches of bedding. More is suggested. So then, the bedding should be spot cleaned as needed and changed as directed by the product packaging. From all the bedding that I've had, most of them don't even have a like change date or how long the bedding should be in there or how long it should be cleaned. Add in transport tubes and exercise wheel for play and exercise. They do not tell you the exact size of a hamster wheel, and they're just being pretty vague. Hide houses will provide your hamster with a private spot. Edible nests will encourage your pet to chew and should be cleaned regularly. I'm confused with that. What should I feed my hamster? 80% pelleted food. No. You should not be feeding 80% of your hamster's diet pelleted food. there needs to at least be some like different types of like seeds and everything like that. So you shouldn't be feeding your hamster 80% of pelleted food. There should be at least some type of seed mix, and add a little bit of pelleted food. And the suggested pelleted food that I would suggest is Missouri's rat and mouse blocks. There's not really exactly a percentage of fruits and treats. Just don't give too many. Give it in moderation. There's not really exactly a percentage or how many you should give. It's just give it in moderation. If you know that there's sugar in it, give it to your hamster maybe like once or twice a week. 15% vegetables. Once again, there's no percentage that is provided for that. But it's not bad to go ahead and add fresh fruits and vegetables to your hamster's diet. It will at least provide a bit of variety. And water should be provided every single day. And at least the water has to be clean. Clean, nice, fresh water. You will not want to be or like disgusting water. No one would want to drink disgusting water. No animal would want to drink disgusting water. When should I contact a veterinarian? In addition to regular scheduled appointments, contact your small animal veterinarian if you notice the following signs. Once again, all the signs that I said onto the previous one. And I agree, you should be taking your pets to the vet, because if you choose to go ahead and have an animal, you have to take them to the vet. There's no such thing as an animal that you should not be taking to the vet, because all animals need to be checked to make sure that they're well and healthy. So yeah, there are still some improvements that they still have to go ahead and do on here. And there is one thing that I forgot to go ahead and add, which is where they wrote that hamsters are omnivores, which is true. Hamsters do like eating meat, which you could go ahead and give them. You could give them a little bit of chicken with no seasoning, turkey with no seasoning. You could go ahead and give them insects, or you could even give them dehydrated shrimp from like the reptile section. Those are also good for them too. And it adds a little bit more protein because hamsters need protein. They don't just eat fruits and vegetables, and hay should not be the #1 ingredient into your pet's diet, because hay is not good for hamsters. Hamsters do not digest hay at all. Hay is not good for them. They don't, in the wild, they don't eat hay. They don't eat any of that. They will eat seeds and vegetables, fruits, insects, and stuff like that. They don't eat hay, and hay should not be the #1 ingredient, because if it is the #1 ingredient, that means that is what is the most of it. That's what has it the most. Now, final one, gerbil. Now, I have done a little bit of research on gerbil care, but I do know that gerbil care is slightly similar to hamsters, but not really. Like, it is suggested that 10 gallons per gerbil. So, but bigger is always better for any animal. Experience level. Again, beginner. Like what I said from the last one, no animal is a beginner. Size, gerbils grow up to 4 to 10 centimeters long with a equal length tail. For about 3 years, gerbils are nocturnal and most active during the night. Temperament, they are generally social and enjoy the companionship of other gerbils. Okay, so forgot where I was. So they are generally social and enjoy the companionship of other gerbils. but only housed same gender pairs together. Obviously. Hopefully people know that. And no, this is a plastic cage. Hamsters chew through plastic. That water bottle is most likely plastic. That wheel is plastic. They will chew the heck out of that plastic. Gerbils have much more stronger teeth than hamsters. And gerbils, they're not afraid to chew the heck out of something. Housing your gerbil in a cage that is at least 12 by 12 by 12 with multiple levels. No. First of all, 12 by 12 by 12 is a small cage, like a super small cage. It is always recommended at least 10 gallons per gerbil. And gerbils should be housed, there should be 2 gerbils housed together at all times. Because gerbils are social animals. That's what will tire them out and keep them happy. As herbivores. Once again, gerbils are not herbivores. They are omnivores. They can eat bugs and everything else like that in the wild. Gerbils feed on fruits and greens. Pelleted food once a day. Once again, you should not be providing a pelleted mix. You should probably feed them like seeds, grains, and things like that. Vegetables every other day. That's not bad. Fruit weekly, once a week. I think you are able to feed fruits and vegetables every other day, or at least a little bit of amount of it each day. You don't have to do one every other day and then the other one once a week. Water should be provided. Any animal should be given water. They need water. All animals need water. Contact a small animal veterinarian for speaking with, or speak with a PetSmart associate. So, once again, for any animal, no matter what, you should be taking it to the vet. Do not call a PetSmart associate. They will not know what's going on with your gerbil, hamster, small pet, dog, cat. They don't know. Only veterinarians know what can be going on with your pet. Do not trust on PetSmart or any pet store associate on something that has to do with homes or medical problems, because most likely they will not know unless they have done the research or they know what to look out for. And either way, you would still have to go to a veterinary facility for them to help your pet. So your best bet is just to go to a veterinary facility. They will check your pet. They will do everything that they can to go ahead and try to see what's going on with your pet, tell you what's going on, tell you the treatment, and then you will be fine from there. Don't trust pet store associate at all. Period. And once again, there's also a checklist on this one as well, which I do not like. So from all of these, they're all still horrible. You're better off looking for your own information inside the hideout forums. You could search up things from there. You could also watch Victoria Rachel's videos, or even Munchies for Homeless Pets videos that tells you about hamster care. Even Aaron Animals also does like hamster care videos or other animal care videos. And no matter what animal you get, always do research even if it is a dog, search up the breed, know what they need, know what they have to go ahead and do, and make sure that you could do those things that those pets need. Because if you don't, then you're gonna end up
taking care of your pet real good, or you'll be slowly and surely neglecting your pet without you even realizing that you are. So, please educate yourself. If you want an animal, do your research before you even get it. Because there are still things that still need to be improved inside the Canada and US, and even inside other places around the world. But that's why there are people like Munchie, or Aaron, or even Victoria, who try to share out videos on how to take care of hamsters and like other animals. There are other people that also do like things about like how to take care of like reptiles, snakes, bearded dragons, geckos, hamsters, gerbils, rabbits, guinea pigs. Just do the research. If you want a pet, if you really do want a pet, you would do the research to know what to do with that pet. Because not all animals are easy to take care of. Even if the care guide tells you everything that you need to know, there's still going to be things that you still don't know because they're being either very vague or they're not telling you the right information. So do your own research to figure out everything that you need before you get the animal. Because it is your responsibility to take care of that animal. And if you can't provide the things for that animal, you don't deserve to have an animal if you can't provide those needs that they need. Because all you're going to end up doing is just slowly neglecting them to the point to where they're not even happy with their own life. So, always do research and do everything that you can to take care of your pet. Have a good day or a good night. See you later. To the next video. Whenever I post.